Hi, Clyde Salumashwari here from Africa Media Australia. I have tonight someone special. Special because they are special, but also the things they do are special. This person is none other than Marion Cabannes. Bonsoir, Marion.
Bonsoir.
All right, that's a little bit of a French because Marion is from France. Marion writes stories about Africans. She's running a blog called Far from Africa. Very interesting. I've been on that blog and see a lot of stories from people of Africa. And I'll start with one simple question, Marion. What led you to start the blog?
Well, I wanted to create something that is different from what we hear in the Australian media about about Africa. So basically, I'm writing about those African people living in Australia, and they share about their culture, their country, why they're here, how their life is like in Australia and back home. In order to get a more positive image that sometimes we don't hear from the media here.
Okay, well, that's great. Now, I would understand if you were, like me, an African, you would have that passion. Where is your passion from Africa, for Africa and for Africans coming from?
Oh, that comes from a few years back, I would say. It all started maybe back in 2009 when I was working on development projects based in Africa, in Senegal, Mali, Niger, so West African countries. And also I got this passion from my friends back home in France, and I've formed really strong friendships since I've been here as well, and I felt the need to write about Africa.
Well, that's good. That's good. In France, there's a whole lot of Africans living there for.
We're
for
a lot
now.
closer.
A lot closer, obviously. Australia is very far away from Africa. Yeah. So, when did you start the blog? When did you write your first story?
Yeah. So I started interviews back in March this year. 2013, but if you have a look at the blog, you will see that the first story was published early May 2013.
So only a few months back. So it's pretty. I mean, when I look at it, I'm surprised because it looks like you've been doing it for quite a while, and the stories are just so nice the way you put them. What can you tell me what's the most exciting thing, or the most exciting story that you've come across since you started?
It's hard to say because I always, when I write those stories, I always try to make them unique. Yeah. So for me, they're all very unique. They're all coming from a different tribe, country, different part of Africa, because from west to east, from north to south, it's really different mentality. So they're all very unique to me, and I don't have a favorite one. But and what motivates me is I think I'm educating myself. I learned so much through it, and I think that's what drives me, and I think that's the reason why I want to share it with the Australian public. I just want people to be able to understand that there is so much diversity and wealth, cultural wealth. So I feel like Africa is still a very unknown continent to Australians. So yes, there is a gap of knowledge, I think, to fill.
Yeah. Okay. What was your last? Because I'm sure you must be doing interviews every weekend or something like that. When do you do your interviews?
I do interviews sometimes after work, sometimes on weekends. It's a lot easier. I've already published 8 stories, so people will call it narratives, portraits. It's basically whatever you want to call it. I'll call them the Far From Africa stories. I still have plenty ready to be published. I like to show the diversity of that Africa, the African continent, is made up of English-speaking countries, French-speaking countries, also Portuguese-speaking countries, which sometimes we forget about those.
Yes, the Lusophone countries.
Yes, and also about those very small countries or islands in Africa that we don't hear much. And I think it gets very exciting when I found someone from those very little islands in Australia,
Yeah.
so far away.
What's your plan for future? What's the next step?
Well, I'm trying to get the blog a little bit more out there to get more views, more readers. The French community here in Melbourne has been interested in the blog, so hopefully I'll be publishing a few portraits through French newspapers.
And I saw your story through Le Petit Journal, which is a quite popular sort of thing from the francophone world.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So yeah, I was quite happy that they accepted to publish 4 French-speaking African portraits that I wrote. So yeah, I think I'll try to get a bit more views out there and to try to get it a bit more known, not with the purpose to be a famous,
celebrity.
not, but really to inform people.
That's right, and that's the whole purpose.
Yes.
You want to get these stories out there,
Yeah.
so they can have the impact that you want them to have.
Definitely, I want Australians, Australians from different backgrounds, to know that there are some very interesting people, very interesting African people in their community, in their neighborhood. So I think that's the main reason.
Absolutely. Well, here at AMA, we're certainly happy to assist you in that process to publicize the blog and the stories you publish on them, because what you're doing is just a different version of what we are doing. So we're doing the same thing. We're trying to get the stories out there to showcase the lives of the Australians from African background. And I guess we would want to continue to work with you. We'll welcome you into this family of storytellers. We all are. What's your last word before we finish?
I would say, I wanted to say thank you to you and to Africa Media Australia, because as you said, I think we have the same objectives, to bring a certain image, a positive image about the African community, and to make it strong and united. So I feel very privileged to be speaking with you and to be able to be filmed, and I think this is good, and I'll be happy to be continuing to continue to work with Africa Media Australia in this objective.
Absolutely,
because there is a real potential, and I think we can create something for the African community as a whole.
All right, Marion Cabannes. I want to speak a bit of French, but unfortunately, I know, not everyone is francophone out there. But next time we'll have Marion and speaking French. So there'll be a lot of languages on AMA with Dinka, French, Somali. It's all coming. Yeah, don't worry about it.
I hope you visit the blog and have an idea of what it looks like. And yes, I'll see you soon.
Thank you for your time, and until next time, God bless.